Cast.
Well, good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome into Fastcast news and weather in under 10 minutes. And let's get right to it. Today and tomorrow, 48 first alert weather days. Before the storms fire up this afternoon and evening, they could be strong to severe, but it's going to be a very hot and humid day. Hottest, most humid day we have seen so far this season. Heat index anywhere from 94 to 99 degrees. And then the storms develop, and that will actually give us some rain, cool there, and kind of break the heat and humidity. But this is what we've got looking at future radar going into the afternoon. 2:30. Look at our high temperatures, upper 80s, low 90s, and that's just the air temperature, not the feels like temp. But what we're looking at is pop-up storms should be isolated to widely scattered in nature, becoming a bit more numerous the later you go into the afternoon. Concerns with this: damaging straight line winds. We will see a ton of lightning, potential for hail and heavy rainfall. Really on Saturday, we'll need to watch that threat for potential flash flooding. Temps are warm already, upper 60s to mid 70s out west. And this is the reason we're forecasting the strong to severe storms. When you got this much moisture from the Gulf, the dew point already in the lower 70s, and that's the fuel for those strong to severe storms later today. Here's a look in Gunnersville. A little bit of cloud cover and fog popping up over the lake itself. First alert weather day tomorrow. 1, 2, maybe 3 rounds of storms as we go through the weekend.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
I want to show you Decatur this morning. This is a live look of Hudson Memorial Bridge. We actually have our first wreck not too far from there. This is on Alabama 20 if you're heading out to the Shoals. Right now we're just yellow on the map, but we are showing that there is a lane blocked there. I want to take you to the belt line here. We're all clear there if you're heading that way in Morgan County. The rest of your drive times still look pretty good for your Friday morning. Decatur to Huntsville should take you about 21 minutes. Athens to Huntsville would take you just under 30. And a heads up if you drive through Decatur as part of your morning commute. Starting Sunday night, crews will begin resurfacing nearly 5 miles of Beltline Road from US 31 to the Gordon Terry Parkway. There will be lane closures from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday through Thursday while that resurfacing happens. The Alabama Department of Transportation is hoping to have this project completed by the fall.
Breaking news just into the newsroom. A man has been taken to the hospital after being hit by a driver in Huntsville. Hemsey officials tell us that man was hit on Governor's Drive near Summer Street around 5 this morning. We are told that victim is in critical condition. Morgan County prosecutors have filed new charges against an inmate who has already been charged with rape. Benjamin Bolin has now been charged with possession of child porn with intent to distribute. The new charge was filed after Morgan County investigators claimed they found several sexually explicit photos, videos, and chats with children on his phone. He was already charged with rape after deputies say he had sex with someone under 15. Bolin remains behind bars this morning.
Also new this morning, it's a teenager accused of being responsible for the death of a 17-year-old requesting youthful offender status. 18-year-old Jacob Ledbetter is accused of causing that wreck that killed 17-year-old Harley Grissom and injured 2 other people in October of 2024. That accident happened a few miles south of Tuscumbia. According to our media partners at the Times Daily, authorities believe Ledbetter was speeding and driving drunk right before that accident. Youthful offender status can be granted to some criminal defendants who are under the age of 21 at the time a crime was committed. If granted, the suspect often receives a more lenient sentence than if they were tried normally. Ledbetter is expected to appear in court on June 26th.
Well, still to come, a brand new mural in Decatur is being unveiled. We take a look at who it's honoring next.
We wanted to do something to honor my dad and honor the music.
A new mural in downtown Decatur is honoring the legacy of record producer and Decatur native Johnny Sandlin.
Yeah, Sandlin worked to produce records for bands like the Allman Brothers and even Widespread Panic. This mural will also showcase other influential music makers in Decatur. Johnny Sandlin's daughter Lee Coffin says it took a long time to figure out who would be included in that mural. Eventually, a decision was made to include musician David Hood from the band The Swampers, Jimmy Hall of Wet Willie, and along with Greg Allman and Dwayne Trucks from Widespread Panic. Once that mural is finished, it'll show those artists singing or playing instruments while looking towards Sandlin.
It's not just about my dad. To me, it's bigger than that. It's about the city and what the city can do and seeing the history from the years gone by that even people that have lived there their whole lives may not realize took place.
And that mural is being painted on the side of Coffin and Coffin office on Moulton Street East. It's expected to be completed in the next few weeks.
Today is a 48 First Alert Weather Day, sponsored by Mr. Reuter Plumbing for all your emergency plumbing services.
All right, today as well as your Saturday, 48 First Alert Weather Day, and this is for the potential of multiple rounds of strong to severe storms. It's not uncommon as we head through the month of June and even into the summer months where we get these big storm complexes coming in. The biggest threat that we face through the weekend will be the potential for damaging straight line wind gusts. Very heavy rain in the forecast, especially for Saturday. We're watching that threat for any isolated flash flooding, hail potential, and these June storms, even if they're not severe, could still produce a ton of lightning, and lightning safety is so important as we go through this weekend. If you hear thunder or see lightning, be sure to go indoors. Temperatures warming up to about 90 degrees as early as lunchtime. This model taking a little bit of a cool bias. Now yesterday the models were showing a big line or complex of storms coming in. Well, they kind of changed their mind. I think there'll be more individual storms, cellular in nature, but these pulse type storms, as they collapse, you get that big rush of straight line wind coming out. So no guarantee of actually seeing a strong to severe storm at your house as you go through the day today. Now, what future radar is showing for tomorrow, that is the potential for that line or complex of storms, maybe even 2 rounds of strong to severe storms coming as we go through your Saturday. And then overnight into Sunday morning, we will have dry hours for the weekend. Storms will not start and finish from Saturday morning all the way through Sunday night, but we will be tracking some strong to severe storms, so stay weather alert, especially if you have any outside plans.
Well, lots of storms to start the weekend and a hot day today before those storms come out. That's right.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for 48 Fastcast. Tune in to 48 News all through the day and we'll keep you updated. Have a good one.